from her. Here. Whew. Rush. Not an American. Just joking. I am not Russian. I was rushing, not Russian. Okay, so before we begin, let me take off my glasses so I can see. Before we begin, this is number 169 YouTube live yoga routine. And I want to share a verse from the Bible. I'm sorry, not the Bible, from the Qur'an. And this is the verse, and it's regards to Abraham and the metaphor about the four birds. And this is the verse. Chapter 2, verse 260. And when Abraham said, "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead," God said, "Do you not believe?" Abraham said, "Yes, but it is to satisfy my heart." God said, "Then catch 4 birds and train them to come to you. Then place them one by one on the mountains all around. And then call them, and they will rush to you. And know that God is mighty, most wise." Now, this morning, when I read this verse, I thought how this has, in a way, a dual meaning. And is captured in the metaphor of catching 4 birds, training them, and when they are called, they will rush to you. And as regards to what I will call a spiritual death, when one does not know God while they are alive. And it seems like this verse is saying that God has instilled in human beings this innate feeling to be one with God, this inclination to be one with God. And when one becomes one with God while alive, they are no longer dead. And this oneness continues after the individual is physically dead. And that's what I got from the verse. And seems very yoga-like because it is showing that one is with God while alive and will continue to be with God when their physical body dies. And this oneness, while alive, is almost like a heaven on earth. You become one with God, a heaven on earth in the sense of way a Christian would mention it. The kingdom of heaven is now. You become one with God now. So that's what I wanted to share from the Qur'an. I said the Bible at first. I don't know why I said the Bible. Maybe because I've been reading the Bible lately. I don't have a Bible. I don't have an actual Bible. All my biblical verses come from the internet. I have a Qur'an, but I don't have a Bible. And what we're doing today is supporting our Muslim family. And what I mean by family is the human family. They are part of the Muslim family. They're part of the Muslim family. They are part of the human family. And that's what yoga is all about, is supporting each other on this journey called life. So today we're going to do the mountain pose. subtle in the mountain pose, which we will focus on. I can't speak this morning. Which we will focus on the mindset of becoming like a mountain, in the sense that we're becoming firm. We're becoming one, like a mountain is one with the earth, and firm and stable and balanced. And that's what we're gaining in this pose when we do the mountain pose, this stability of the mind. See, all the poses are a mindset. That's the beauty about yoga, in my opinion. Then we're going to do 2 sun salutations with variations. And then we'll settle back in the mountain pose, focusing 100% on our breathing. And then enter into oneness. So we're going to go to mountain pose. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Then each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent. Hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Neck is relaxed. So no tension anywhere. And in the mountain pose, what you're going to do is lengthen up. So you lengthen up, and then you're going to let the bones sit on top of each other. And let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. No skin, no muscle, nothing but the skeleton. And everyone's going to look different. So don't try to make the pose look a certain way. Feel how you should stand. And let that guide you. You're becoming your own guru, listening to your own body, feeling it. And this is what we're going to do throughout the yoga poses. You're going to listen to your own body. Essentially, what you're learning is how to listen to yourself. So when you're off the yoga mat, that's what you're doing. You're your own guru, listening to your own self. Bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, hinge forward from the lower back. And then you're just going to fall into ragdoll. Now with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling. The head is dangling. Now think of the lower back just for a second and release all the tension in the lower back. And then just let the body fall where the body falls. You're not trying to control it. You're not pulling yourself down. You're not pushing yourself down. Just accept where the body is going. Letting go of judgment. So if you feel like you're too high, let go of that. That's not what we're doing. That is a barrier that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. Same thing if you're thinking, man, I'm doing this perfectly. I'm doing it better than I did yesterday. Nope, that's not what we're doing. That's judgment. Judgment is a barrier that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. So in yoga, what you do is 100% focus on the breathing. That 100% focus would not allow you to judge, would not allow you to try to control, try to be somewhere. That's not what we're doing. We're in the present moment. Focus 100% on the breathing. That heightens your awareness too. Heightens your awareness and lets you know what's going on in the body. But you're not focused on it. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out, get all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down. Forehead's going to the knees. You're getting all the air out. Get all the air out. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, pull yourself in and down. Get the forehead to the knees or as close as you can. Get all the air out. Then arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale, pull yourself in and down, push all the air out. We're going to do 2 more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. We're going to do 1 more. Arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. And once all the air is out, just release and watch yourself breathe. Just breathe normally, in a normal way. I don't know if normally is a word. I bet normally is a word. But just breathe normal, in a normal way, or normally if it's a word. And just focus on the breathing. Don't focus on how I don't know how to say words, or how I keep on messing up, or how I don't know if normally is a word. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. And then the left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, so you're doing a scoop. Hip bones are pushing forward. Back is really arching. Head is going up. Palms are to the floor. Maybe you're to your fingertips. Maybe you're like this. Doesn't matter. Wherever you are, let the mind and body connect. And that is yoga. And you let that happen by accepting. Once you accept, you let go of control, you let go of judgment, you let go of all these type of barriers that is between the mind and the body. Like you can see this, you can't see this. The mind's here, the body's here. Judgment, control, all this type of stuff are barriers. Get rid of that by accepting. And once you do, the mind and body become one. And just feel open in this pose. Openness. And this is a mindset that we're learning here, is to feel open. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're feeling opened. It's a great way to live your daily life. Feel open, open to new ideas, just open to new adventures. And this feels good to feel opened. You do that by accepting. And with the back foot, curl the toes under, the knee goes up, high lunge. We're not going to stay in the high lunge. We're just going to go there for a second or so. And then the left foot goes over to the right side. It's a foot down from the, right foot goes over to the left side. It's a foot down from the left hand or so, 12 inches. You're going to fall straight on top of the leg. So hip bones are straight, shoulders are straight, and you just fall and just accept where you are. Think of only the breathing. Now you're closed up. But just because you're closed does not determine if you feel open. So here what we're learning is that in a pose where you're closed up, you're accepting. And once you accept, boom, you tap into openness and you feel open. And what you're learning is that in a closed situation doesn't mean you're not open. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're in a situation where you feel closed in, accept, and what will happen is, boom, you'll open up, your mind will open, you'll see ways out, or it'll allow you to reinterpret your situation. Maybe you're not enclosed, because it's all a mindset. So I got to sink into it. I'm talking, not even doing the pose right, correctly. The palms to the floor, push yourself up. You're doing the scoop. So arms are straight and you're scooping out. So hip bones are pushing forward diagonally, scooping back. And the head's dropping back. And in this pose, you are pushing into it. Push, push, push. But of course, listen to your own body. Don't listen to me. I'm not your guru, not your leader. And that's what you're learning. When you take yoga with me, even in the real world, even in the in class, I want you to learn to be just your own guru. I was going to say your own self, but your own guru. Listen to yourself. We're just doing yoga together. I'm just telling you what poses we're going into, but you listen to yourself. When you're off the yoga mat, that's what you do. You learn to listen to yourself. So we're going to go to high lunge again. So curl the toes under in the back. I can't think today, man. My mind is, I don't know where my mind is. I don't feel like it's monkey mind today, but it must be. So you're going to go to high lunge. Just settle here for a second. So it's a transition pose. We're not going to stay in it. And then downward dog. Really, really pushing the downward dog here. But of course, you're listening to your own body. So the arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor or to the floor. No tension in the neck. You are pushing into this pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, and then just focus on the breathing. I'm going to get my stopwatch out. My stopwatch. Stopwatch. So now we're going to go to a plank. So bring yourself into a plank. So here, have the middle fingers point straight forward. Fingers wide as you can get them. Abs are engaged. So you're not sucking the abs in, you're engaging the abs. And the belly button's going into the spine. And if you need to modify this, just go to hands and knees. So you bring the knees down, keep the back straight still, or go back, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And if you do the plank like this, then 30 seconds into it, bring your knees down. Just because you commit don't mean you have to stay in it. Don't judge it. And engage the abs. That's working the transverse abdominis and the multi-pterygium. The only reason I know those muscles, I have to know all the muscles, but those stick out because it's part of yoga. They're very important muscles. That's the only reason I know. That's the only two muscles I know. The other stuff I just call abs. I'm not being special. And then back to downward dog. So that was a minute plank. Back to downward dog, pushing into it. Whoa, I slipped. Really push into it. And just focus on the breathing. Then we're going to slide into the upward dog. So drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. And feel open. So downward dog. The upward dog. Tops of the feet or to the floor. Palms, of course, are to the floor. Now, if you need to modify this, you go down to the knees and do the cow. Arch in the back. Or the small cobra. You go down, bring the chest off the floor. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up. You're using the back muscles, which are push muscles. Pull muscles. See, I can't think. Pull muscles. So you're pulling up with the back. And back to downward dog. Pushing into it. Really push into it. Focus on the breathing. Accept where you are. So even if you're like this, right? And you're like, man, that's not what we're doing. Let go of that mindset. If you're doing this and that's where you are, boom. Let the mind and body connect. Accept where you are. Very, very important. It's the foundation. What we need to learn on the yoga mat. So when we're in the real world, the so-called real world, we really know the foundation. That allows us to move forward, allows us to understand, allows us to be in lowercase r reality. Really push into it. Then we're going to go back to a plank. Now with the plank, we're going to do a minute. Abs are engaged. Fingers as wide as you can get them. Middle fingers are pointing straight out. And you're just focused on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Now, just because you commit, and it's like, you know what, I'm going to do the full plank. Just because you commit and you feel like, man, whoops, messed up my tough, darn it. 30 more seconds. Doesn't mean you stay there. You can move out of it. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Say, hey, 30 seconds is good. I'll go down on my hands and knees now. Doesn't matter. That's where you are. That's what you're accepting. Like that says back there, be true, be you. That's what we need to do. That's what we're learning on the yoga mat. So abs are engaged. Let me stop talking. Then back to downward dog. Really push into it. That was 1 minute. Push into it, accept where you are. Now, of course, you go into the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Settle there. And focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Now you're going to bring the left foot up between the hands into a low lunge. Get my stopwatch off. We don't need that anymore. Top of the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, hips are pushing forward. Get the hips diagonal. Back is arching, head is up. Palms to your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up like this. For me, I feel like, man, I need to go to my fingertips today. My mind is matching my body. My mind is like, you don't really want to do this today, do you? Just being honest. But my body is following that. Yeah, you don't really want to do it. And then my speaking, how I'm talking, is following that too. Like, you're messing up on your words because you don't really want to do it. But that's the point. Doing this every single day. Some days you have great days. You want to be out here. Some days you feel like, man, I got a lot of stuff to do. Before I came out here, I was doing something for about 2 hours and a half before I was stuck in that. Then you got to learn to let go of that. So we're going to go to high lunge, go to toes under the back, start talking too much. We're just going to stay here for a second too. So you're going to get the hair off your pants. And then you bring the left foot over to the right side. And you're going to fall right on top of the leg, straight. So hip bones are square, shoulders are square, fall right on top of the leg. And just accept where you are. Focusing 100% on your breathing. Accepting where you are. Very important. In this pose, when you accept, it allows you to be open. And what you're learning is that you feel enclosed because you're in a pose that allows you to be enclosed, closed up. But once you accept, boom, you're into openness. You enter into openness. In other words, the body does not dictate whether you feel open or not. And you take that mindset off the yoga mat. You're in the so-called real world. You're in a situation where you feel enclosed. Boom. Open up. Accept. That will allow you to open up. You won't feel enclosed. Find new ways out of it. You start thinking, hey, I need to get out of this. That openness will allow you to think how to get out of it, or you will reinterpret. Let's settle on the pose. I start talking and start doing the pose all wrong. Now, arms are straight, hip bones are pushing, back is arching, head is going up. So let's say you're down here, or you're not down there now. Let's say when you're in a closed up position. When you're off the yoga mat and you're in a so-called jog where you feel enclosed, just for an example. When you accept where you are, boom, your mind opens up. It allows you to think of, hey, I need to do this, or hey, I need to get out of this. And you find ways to get out of it, or you reinterpret. your job. And you're like, you know what? This job ain't bad. It's awesome. Open. It's all a mindset. Openness is all a mindset. Now we're going to go to high lunge. We're not going to stay in high lunge. Just get there how you have to or can. Left foot is up between the hands. Settle, just as a transition pose. Then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Just focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. And this pose is important because when you inhale, the belly swells with air. It brings you out of the pose a little bit. Let yourself be brought out of it. See, I still can't speak. I can't speak. I can't speak anyway. But I really can't speak right now. Whenever you exhale, the belly goes in and you go back into the pose. You're aware of that subtle movement. And what you're learning on the yoga mat is to become aware of subtleness. So when you're off the yoga mat, you're aware of the subtleness that's happening around you. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out. Push the air down and out. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. Now, we're going to do a sun salutation where we're following the breathing. So when you're opening up, you're inhaling as much as you can. Just thinking of the breathing only. And when you close up, you exhale as much as you can. And then when you open up, inhale, close up, exhale. And what happens when you're focused on this breathing, the movement of the sun salutation will become a form of a moving meditation. This is the last sun salutation, and then we'll go to the mountain pose. So you're in the mountain pose, focusing on the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, hinge forward from the lower back, standing forward bend. Push all the air out. Get all the air out. All the air goes out. The left leg is back into a low lunge. Feeling open, inhaling as much as you can. Then exhale, downward dog. Push all the air out. Really push into the pose. Get all the air out. Then inhale, upward dog, or modify it how you have to. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale, downward dog, push all the air out. Get all the air out. The left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge, opening up. Feeling open, inhaling. Then exhale, standing forward bend, get all the air out. Push all the air out. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale. Then the mountain pose. Remember, in mountain pose, feel the shoulders apart. Toes go up, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. No tension in the arms or the shoulders. And you're lengthening up, and then you let the bones set on top of each other. And then the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton, and you're focusing on the breathing. Now, you're already breathing automatically. So you're just going to watch yourself breathe. And you do that by watching the belly go in and out as you inhale and exhale. Or you bring your focus to the tip of the nose and you watch the air go in and out. Remember, you're already breathing. So what will happen many times, you'll start to control the breathing. And when you realize you're controlling it, just let go and just watch yourself breathe. And what will happen is you'll start to think about other things. When you realize, hey, I've been thinking about other things and not my breathing, just let go. Don't judge it. It doesn't matter. And just watch yourself breathe. And it'll happen again and again and again. It's a process. And eventually you'll realize you're not your thoughts. You are the thing watching your thoughts. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Bring palms together. Namaste. That's it. My glasses. Can't see the clock. I know the clock probably says like 6:01. I'm taking a guess. All right, so that was number 169, yoga, YouTube live yoga routine. So I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.